speaking of all that time in the amateurs, and obviously you getting all your skills and utilizing that when you turn pro. You turning pro at 19. There's other kids that about to go to college or whatever, or taking a break off, doing their summer jobs, and you turning pro to fight some real boxers, man. Can you tell me like what your emotions is and like how you started feeling when you started entering the ring with these other guys that it's gonna start getting serious from here on out?
Mm-hmm.
even like even as an amateur, when you first start off, like let's say you're a junior, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you looking at these older guys go 3 minutes around.
Mm-hmm.
You getting tired going like a minute or a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So you looking at the professional fight. You look how they going 12 rounds, but they going 3 minutes each round. You
Mm-hmm.
like you scared like man, how they going all these rounds, and I'm getting tired in a minute and a half,
Word.
and I'm only going 3 rounds.
Facts.
But I understood it. I understood it as you grow. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the training aspect of it gets harder. You know what I'm saying? You have to basically train your body like a machine. You gotta you gotta beat your body up in the gym, even though it's not more brutal than the actual fights. But you go through it in training camp, man. I'm talking about like tremendously bad, man. It's like really the training camps are more brutal than the fight, man. It's just the fight. Your gloves get a whole lot smaller. It's
Yeah.
like fighting with your fist.
What are they in what are they in the amateurs? 12 ounce. What are they? 16 ounces in amateurs?
No, they 10 ounces.
They 10 ounces? Really? Wow.
They 10 ounces, but but the 10 ounces in the pros are like paper thin.
Yeah.
They're paper thin, and that's why they put a lot of more hand wraps on your hands in the
Yeah.
but they don't really do anything,
Yeah.
'cause you gotta punch for if you go into 10 or 12 rounds, you gotta punch on a person with your basically your fist. That's why a lot of boxers have complications with their hands
No
after
doubt.
they commit.
No
Yeah, four or
question.
500 punches a fight, right? At least.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hitting their elbow, you hitting their head, you
Word.
hitting parts of their body that's very hard, and then you have to block that out and go through the pain and worry about that after the fight, and it's a brutal sport, man, but
No
we
doubt.
love it.
No question.
Champ, I got a quick question for you. I know you turned pro 2 years after your dad stopped fighting himself. How was your transition being coming into a pro, being known as the next generation, and you set in your lane, knowing that you coming from a big family name, a lineage of boxing, like your dad and your uncle? How was it, your transition to become pro and setting your own, starting your own
It was,
journey?
it was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie and say it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't because I had big shoes to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I had the skill. You know, I was blessed with a skill that I really didn't have to learn. Um, where I grew up at, got me tough enough to go through anything. So I wasn't afraid to get cut. Wasn't afraid to feel a little pain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that also helped me, transition to the pro game because in a pro game you get head butted, you get elbowed, and but you gotta block all that pain out. I'm here to tell you, it hurts
No doubt.
bad, you know. And that's if a person's not mentally fit for that part of the pro aspect, they'll never achieve anything, man.
No doubt. Ed brought up your father. And I know you were boxing while he wasn't in the picture, but at what point did he get in the picture if he did it all? And what advice did him and your uncle give you, or what did they add to your career, so to speak?
Man, actually, like, um, he was like, I actually when I was fighting, I actually quit for like almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I quit for like almost 2 years, and things happened in my life, like people was dying and everything. So I finally, my brother Daryl, was still boxing. My brother Leon had had passed away, but my other brother was still boxing, and he
Mm-hmm.
turned professional. And I used to go to their fights, and it was just a little buzz. People been like, was like, man, his little brother would have been cold and
Mm-hmm.
all this, and my mentor, Charles Hamlin, was steady trying to get me to come back, so I finally ended up coming back to boxing, and it was like instant success. As soon as I came back, the same year I came back, I ended up winning the Golden Glove Nationals, and then right after the Golden Glove Nationals, I fought in the Pound Nationals, and I won that. They came after me and offered me something I couldn't refuse, so I turned professional.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up,
So,
it was a big while because I got to meet Michael Buffer, my first pro fight.
Mm-hmm.
wow.
It was on ESPN. I got to meet him my first pro fight.
Nice.
And, I fell deep in love, and started my journey up to world champion one day.
No
I never
question.
looked back.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
Were you with Don right away when you turned pro?
No, I was with Top Rank.
Oh, okay. You was with Bob. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted to ask you. You started your career pretty well, man. I think like what is it, 29? I read it, 29-2 or something like that. You had the loss to Diaz, and then the loss to Piccirillo in Italy. I know that was like a controversial thing.
Yeah.
Talk about that fight because you eventually spin the block and you go back and you take care of
Well,
business.
Mm-hmm.
well, the first one with Diaz was like, it was really early in my career.
Yeah,
I went like 2 6 rounders,
yeah.
and it was on the Oscar De La Hoya Chavez 2
Mm-hmm.
undercard,
Yeah,
and I think Diaz fight.
yeah,
He was already going 12, so
yeah.
I was like I beat him.
Mm-hmm.
So they was like, you know, um, who went to ask to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Even though
Mm-hmm.
I never went past 6 rounds or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he had the IBA title
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to get
Right.
granted. But they said the only way they'll fight me if I fight him in his backyard.
Mm-hmm.
So I went,
California.
yeah, California,
Mhm.
and then Heat, man, and so I went to Indio, California, and fought him.
Mm-hmm.
And I beat him, but they ended up giving it to him on a split decision.
Yeah.
So after I fought him them 12 rounds, I went right back. I went back down to 6 rounds.
Yeah. Your next fight, yeah, you won it in 6 rounds. Yeah.
So I went back down to 6 rounds.
Mhm.
Then I made my way up to the 10th round fight, and I went over to the fight. I finally, I won the NABF to get mandatory for the
Mm-hmm.
IBF. I
Mm-hmm.
was still with Bob Arum then, and things went, was kind of rocky.
Right.
And I had to go to Italy. I had to go to Italy and to fight Piccirillo,
Yeah.
and they sent me over there with no protection.
Wow.
So
Word?
I'm over there. Yeah, they sent me over there with no protection. I'm fighting against a Don King fighter.
Mm-hmm.
In his home country.
Don was there. The guy manager was banned from the United States from being mafioso.
Wow.
And it was like only
You,
300 people
and you
invited to the.
and you're black and
Yeah,
no disrespect but
And
to
Italy.
Italy, but you know how, back
Yeah.
then you know how them Italians was living.
Mm-hmm.
but it was
Right.
like so they rolled out the red carpet for me when the first time I went over
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
they already had it planned on what I was gonna do. Hooked me
Word.
up with an interpreter.
Mhm.
I had, and then I have, enough time to, adjust to their time difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I went over there the week of the fight.
Yeah.
Right.
So, it was like I'm over there. I'm trying to sleep. I'm up in the middle of the night, roaming through the whole hotel, man. Like, because I couldn't sleep. You know, I'm all in the kitchen, and
Right.
I'm all in all kind of stuff, man. Like trying to find something to do so I could get some sleep over there. You know, and but I ended up fighting them. You know, I beat them.
Right.
And this was the first time I met Marvelous Hagler because you know he stayed in
Word.
Italy.
God rest the dead.
So
Yes.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Marvin Hagler got in there and told me like he won this fight and got right back out the ring.
Correct me if I'm wrong, champ. You both fights you fought him. It was in Italy, right?
Yeah, it was in Italy. But I'm gonna tell you okay. Now they end up getting me on the first fight, so it was like a lose-win situation because if I'd have won, I'd have had to stay with Top Rank for like 3 more years.
Right.
But since it didn't go my way, my contract with
Bob.
with Bob was over.
Yeah.
So you know Don was there and he seen me beat the guy. So when I got back to the States, I flew down here to Don and I signed with Don and Don put the guy on ice.
Yeah.
For a whole year. I had to fight Rafael Pineda to be mandatory. And I beat Rafael Pineda, and so I went back over there. But this time I went over there 10 days prior to the fight. So I trained over there a little bit.
Right.
Get acclimated to the time.
Right.
You know, because we was fighting at like 1 in the morning over there.
Yeah.